Youngest was surfing the internet the other day and came across a really cool website called CholyKnight.com. Ever the enabler and knowing my love of plushies, she passed the details on to me. The website is packed with adorable free patterns for plushies. I'll put a link in the description box below. There are also some patterns on there that you can buy, as well as some really nifty bag designs. This video isn't sponsored. I'm sharing because I think it's just an awesome site and it's just bursting with project ideas for presents and novelty gifts. As soon as I saw this plushie pattern, I knew what my next project was going to be. Jumping jellyfish Batman. It's a bat. Of course it's a bat. It's me. Everyone knows I'm slightly batty. A few years ago I wrote a children's adventure series about a bat called Adventures in Trickle Valley. I'll put a link to that in the description box as well. The little guy is going to be called Dingbat, after the main character in my books. The pattern is downloadable and it comes in a PDF format, and it's also one of the free ones. I'll put a link to it in the description box below. It's got a difficulty rating of 3 out of 10 and the finished item is going to come out at about 10 inches by 6 inches wide. The pattern comes with pretty much all the information that you're going to need to put the stuffed toy together, but we'll get into that in a little while. You don't have to print it all out, you only really need to print out the last 2 pages, which is actually the pattern itself. Over the next few videos I'm going to be doing a sew along for this cute little bat, taking you step by step through the bat process so that you can construct your own little dingbat, or maybe even a hedgehog. If you want to join in with the sew along but bats aren't your thing, you don't have to make a bat. You can choose one of the other plushie patterns. The cool thing about plushies is they are an ideal beginner's project because the basic construction of most stuffed toys is fairly similar. It's just the fabric that you use and the shape of the item that changes. For today I'm going to be putting the equipment that you need together. Subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so that YouTube can let you know when the next bat video is flying. There's even a handy little box in the corner of this video that you can click on that will take you to the subscribe page. But for now, what we'll do, the items that you're going to need are on the freezer behind me, so let's get into it. We'll start with a quick close-up of the pattern for a minute. Here's where it says what the difficulty level is. You've got the fabric suggestions down here. You're looking at faux fur, minky, cuddle fleece, micro fleece, anti-pill fleece, or just fleece, so I'm going to go with fleece. It's got details on how to print the pattern out. You've got cutting out details, and then you get into the instructions of actually putting the project together. This project does include a little bit of applique, which I'll take you step by step through how you do that as well. Right at the very back you've got the actual pattern pieces. To actually construct this project, what you're going to need is, obviously to start with, you're going to need fabric. I'm going to be using fleece. I've got this left over from a hoodie that I made for Youngest a few years ago. It's a nice shade of purple and I thought that would look really cool as a bat. If you're working with fleece, it's knit fabric, so it can be a little bit of a challenge if you're not used to working with it. What makes working with it easier is a walking foot and a twin needle. Now twin needles can come in packs of 1 or they can come in a multi-pack like that. Now both of those are nice to have, but they're not essential. I'll show you in the video where I make the bats up how to actually sew with fleece if you don't have either the twin needle or the walking foot, so it's an inclusive project. It really would be a good idea to subscribe to my channel at this point so you make sure that you don't miss the next video coming up. You'll also need some felt fabric. Now I've got felt in black and white here, but you can also use pink felt if you like. The black and the white will be for the eyes and you can maybe use pink for the nose. Now felt is one of those fabrics that is a crafter's best friend. You can use it for a multitude of things. It's ideal for applique because it is so easy to work with. You can find it in most fabric shops, craft shops, some big box stores, and you can also get it online. I'll pop a link in the description box. As an Amazon affiliate, I get a referral fee from sales using the project links that I put down in the description box. It doesn't cost you any more than the price of the item, but it does help me buy chocolate. Going back to the needles for a minute, the other needles that you can use for sewing with fleece is a jersey or a ballpoint needle, which is the needle that's recommended for this kind of knit fabric, or if you don't have one of those, you've got a universal needle. Now the reason why these are called universal needles is because you can use them on any fabric. As you'll notice, I tend to stick with the Stitchy brand. I don't know how to say that, I hope that was right, because I find them to be the most trustworthy ones. Again, I'm not sponsored by Stitchy, it's just the ones that I've always used and they've never let me down yet. The other things that you're going to need, obviously clips. If you don't have any clips, you can use pins. You're going to need your pin cushion with your hand sewing needle. One of my favourite items, a needle threader. You're going to need fabric scissors. You're also going to need paper scissors, because obviously you're going to need to cut the pattern out from the PDF printout. You've got your little snips, a little ruler or seam guide, a marker for the fabric, and last but not least, you will also need some thread to match the colour for the bat, and you'll also need thread to match the colour of your felt fabric as well. So you're looking at white, black, whatever colour your bat is for that. For this particular project, I'm going to be using Jerome. Now you guys haven't met Jerome yet, but he's one of my absolute favourites. I've had him for a couple of years now. He's a modern machine, and I thought, he doesn't get out much. It's 2020, isn't it? None of us are getting out that much, but I thought, you know, this would be a good opportunity for me to show you how a modern electric machine differs from using Grandma, my singer from the 1912. Oh, one thing that I did forget to mention that you'll need, it's paper, obviously. It's a printout pattern from online. It's a downloadable PDF. You're going to need a printer and some paper to print out the pattern. Last, but probably fairly important, so it should maybe have gone first, you're going to need something to stuff the stuffed toy with. Now what I'm going to be using is this. This is actually the inside of an old pillow that my washing machine decided it was going to eat. It must have got a bit fed up with socks. Now I haven't got a clue how old this pillow was or the age of the stuffing that was actually in it, so I wouldn't be using this if I was going to be making the bat for a child. I'm not, so it doesn't matter. I'm okay to use that. If you are going to be making this stuffed toy for a child, I'd recommend using polyfill. It's new and hopefully it's dust and allergen free. I'll pop a link to some polyfill down below in the description box. Again, it's an Amazon link, so it's a referral fee. There's no extra cost to you. It just keeps me in chocolate and helps me buy tea bags, because I go a little bit bat crazy if I don't get enough tea. Okay, so those are the bits that we're going to need. Next time we'll actually start prepping the project for sewing. Let me know in the comments if you'll be joining in with the sew along, or even if you're just going to be downloading one of the other brilliant plushies that are on the website. I'd love to hear about your projects and which of the cuties you like the look of. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If all things sewing is one of your passions, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to get notified when I upload a new video. In the meantime, wherever you're sewing, whatever you're sewing with, embrace your creativity and have fun. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.